I don't get into too much. Hey, people. Okay, let's see here.
You messed up my thing, Amir. You messed my sound up. Why?
I'm trying to get my lighting together here, y'all. Let's see. Nope. That's not working. I don't know why it's so dark. Let's see.
I didn't say anything.
And then my children are talking in the background. I'm sure you can hear
No, I
that.
didn't.
Um,
No, I didn't.
okay. I really don't like how dark this is. I need some better lighting. Well, anyway, as I state in the description, we'll be going over the strategy. So in war strategy, and I use the book 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. And this particular strategy, he says, do not fight the last war. Now,
All that.
within that,
Can we get married?
No. So my interpretation of that is because what he talks about is when you focus on the past, right? Any sort of past regrets, past decisions that you've made, these things tend to weigh you down, right? We can get stuck in like way down in the past. And a lot of times humans tend to focus on either the past or the future. Rarely do they truly get the concept of being in the present, right? So with this particular strategy, he says here, like I said, things that weigh you down. So unnecessary attachments, that's another thing. And also repetitions of tired formulas. And I like how he said that because, well, first of all, unnecessary attachments. I mean, forget about it. That's something that we battle all the time. Y'all excuse the background. It's been a very busy morning. So I got a lot going on in this kitchen behind me. I'll get to that after I'm done. But yeah, so as far as like unnecessary attachments. So, those unnecessary attachments can be people, first of all, these entanglements that we tend to, stay connected to or stay in, right? And then other attachments could be not necessarily people, but just mindsets and concepts and things that we just hold on to, right? And instead of looking at them for what they are and sort of, you know, not utilizing them anymore because we have to focus on growth and evolution. And in order for you to do that, you cannot continue to hold on to those same paradigms or those same attachments, be it people or things or ideologies. You can't continuously hold on to that, or else it's going to block forward movement. So, and especially in a war strategies is about movement, right? Forward thinking, forward movement. And as I always state, the war starts within. This whole thing is about the war within. It's not just about fighting external wars, right? It's about the war within, the inner conflict that we all have, right? And so in order for us to even be able to fight the conflicts outside of us, we have to conquer the ones that are inside, right? And so and again, the tired formulas, memories of old victories and defeats, right? I'm live.
Hi.
Hi.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you're on camera. So.
Oh. Is there anybody watching you?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Says 0.
Oh, well.
Wait, there's somebody here.
Still got to keep it going. Still got to keep it moving. So, as I was stating, Miss, I'm shy, but she all in the camera, right?
There's nobody here.
Still, somebody's going to see it eventually. All right. So, anyway, that was my comic relief for a minute. Anyway, back to the business at hand. See what happens when you have children. Okay. So, like I said before, so getting stuck and weighed down in the memories of old victories and defeats, right? So old victories, we think about those. You ever notice when they're throwback conversations? Yeah, because that back then I did this and I did that and blah blah blah. And people are always talking about these fantastic results they've received from whatever sort of past conflict or whatever, right? But it's like, all right, that was like 30 years ago. Like, let's move on, right? So what worked then may not necessarily work now. So now you have to go back and you have to re-strategize, right? Old victories, as I stated, and then also old defeats. Well, I kept doing this and didn't seem to work. So now we have to go back and re-strategize. So don't focus on what didn't work. Don't focus on those defeats. Yeah, you can learn from them. Everything is always a learning process. So you can learn from your old victories and learn from your old defeats, but then you put them where they are and you re-strategize and you move into something new. I'm just going to keep going. You must consciously wage war against the past and force yourself to react to the present moment. Look what I just got through saying. It's about being in the present. What can I do now? What opportunity is staring at me that I can take advantage of in order to do better for myself? What tools can I utilize to conquer that war within? What tools that I have at my disposal right now, presently, right? So again, learning from the past, right? And then even if you want, you can even take little things that you learned from your past defeats, if you want to take them and I don't know, reshape them, reframe those things. You can also do that, but you're bringing it into the present, right? So all of these strategies, they work well with declaring the war within in order to be able to declare the war without. So focusing on the inner work, things that you need to do to improve yourself, things that you need to do inwardly. And then that way you can take those things that you've learned and take those things that you've conquered within yourself. And then you utilize that to conquer the wars and the conflicts outside of you, right? So I like this where it says you must consciously wage war against the past and force yourself to react to the present moment, which I basically just got through saying. So I like the concept of waging war against the past. And I know I just got through talking about it, but I want to just say a little bit more. Wage war against the past. I take that as, okay, again, that worked 10 years ago, but I can't keep trying to use that same strategy. It doesn't work, right? So let me go to war even against that, meaning I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it over there and let it stay in the past. I'm not going to keep looking back. I'm not going to keep trying to pull from it and use it to help me in the present. No, that happened in the past. It was great. I learned from it and that's it. Stay over there. Now, little tiny things over there that I saw, okay, I can take some of those and reframe it, right? But for the most part, get out. It's over there and let it stay. Let the past stay buried, right? And so when you do that, it says here, you force yourself to react to the present moment. Okay. What can I do now that's going to help me now? What ideologies, what tools can I utilize right now in this present moment? So when we're going to war on ourselves and we're fighting that inner conflict, what tools can we use to help us, to assist us in that? So these tools, and any, it's solely up to you. Obviously, you find what works. So let's see. And then the other part of this says, never take it for granted that your past successes will continue into the future. Just got to be talking about that. So again, this is the same thing where people say, yeah, I did this 15 years ago and it worked. So why can't it work now? So then we get into the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? That's what this speaks to. And to me, this is how I interpret that. So never take for granted your past successes, and never take for granted that you will be able to continue them into the future, right? So again, take the past, put it over there, leave it in the past, and let's deal with now. Everything that you're doing in the present is always helping you to create your future. So why would you hold on to past results while you're in the present creating your future, right? It's really nonsensical if you think about it. So anyway, that is what I wanted to focus on today. I think this is a really good strategy to adopt, because you can utilize this in all areas of your life. Of course, starting with that inner conflict, right? And then taking it and utilizing it outside of you, and these little conflicts that we have to deal with, be it at work or, relationships, partnerships, anything where you're dealing with people, right? If you feel like, you have to, it's about protecting your energy, right? So when you're utilizing these strategies for conflicts that are outside of you, these strategies is actually, you can utilize them to protect your energy, right? So I often tell people that, my mind is a fortress and trespassers will be prosecuted. Right. And I say that because that is how I protect myself. That is how I protect my energy. Right. That's how I protect my intellectual property. These are all war strategies. Right. So I will leave you all with that. I have to end this because I got some things to take care of. And I'll be back next week. All right. Oh, and also a real quick shout out to Robert Greene for his work, 33 Strategies of War. And that's it. I'll see y'all next week. Deuces.